still in the strawberry business, baby. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mike Yanek Show, episode 75. Hell yeah, bro. I hope you're doing well. And today we are doing part 6. Oh my god, this journey of my misadventures in the strawberry business never ends, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am celebrating my 10-year anniversary in the UK because on the 21st of May 2021, I've been a full decade in this great country. Yes, much success, okay? And I spent the first 4 months working in a strawberry and then lettuce farm when I first arrived here, and it was very crazy, very wild. So I decided to do a series where I'm going to be just doing the whole timeline. I'm going to go through all the events and misadventures and all that stuff. And today is part number 6, and we're almost finishing with the first farm, okay? And there's another farm. So this series is going to be probably like 50 episodes or something, you know what I'm saying? So if you haven't listened to the previous episodes, go back and listen to them from the beginning, part 1. It's episode, was it 69, I think, or episode maybe 70. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. And go back, listen to it, and you will catch up because I explain the farmer and the work and all the, it's not even flatmates, because we lived in a caravan, so caravan mates or whatever, right? In today's episode, I'm gonna tell you how I exposed my boss to the authorities, okay? And I got into a lot of trouble. And then I'll tell you how I almost got into a fist fight with one of the guys in the farm, and I almost got kicked out. Because, there's a rule, if two people fight, both people got, pretty much sent back to Bulgaria or their countries or wherever they're from, and they get blacklisted from the company. So I almost lost my spot, right? And then I'll tell you about one of the girls cheated on one of the guys because, there were like two couples in our caravans, and there was a big fight. There was a fight inside the caravan, outside of the caravan. It was... Bro, that farm was a Mexican soap opera. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing, dude. There was like half naked women everywhere. There was like arguing, love triangles, fruit, music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fucking vodka and shit. Oh, bro, it's crazy, dude. Parties all the time. Anyway, so let's just plow ahead and just go. Let's get this party started. Anyway, so when we started working on the farm, it took us like few days to realize that it's not a scam, but it was kind of like, okay, so this guy is really mistreating us. He treats us like shit. He like yells at us. He's like super mean. He charges us for accommodation. Just think about how fucked up that is. You go to the other part of Europe, right? And you've paid, by the way, you paid ticket, you paid like fees or whatever the fuck. And I'm sure that he gets a few, percentages out of that fee as well with the Bulgarian agency or whatever that he's working with. You go there, and he charges you for a place where you can sleep. He charges you, like gas. Okay, I mean, gas, fair enough. Okay, probably, we should pay gas because maybe you're going to use it too much or whatever. And then he's going to charge you. He was literally charging us for, entertainment room, which is pretty much 2 washing machines and 1 broken, pool table that you need to pay money to get the balls, right? Just imagine how fucked up that is. It's like you applying for a job, getting the job, then going there, right? You have to pay your expenses to go to town. You sit down and you be like, oh, hello, okay, this is your new job. This is your first day. Okay, so this is your desk, and this is your computer. This is the water cooler. So we charge, 15 quid a month, a week for the desk, 5 quid for the internet, and we charge £1 a week for the toilet. Is that okay? And you'll be like, hold on, what are you... You'll be like, how the fuck is that legal? That's insane. Just think about it that way, right? Because then when I went to the second farm, everything was included. Accommodations were included. They were like, yeah, of course, we're not going to charge you. You work for us. I mean, come on. We're going to, we have to supply you where to live. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, so... And, he was like... He was pushing us, to do the crates where he was not supposed to, because he was supposed to pay per hour. But he was like I said in the previous episodes, you had a quota to fill, an hour, how many crates and how many little, like plastic containers with strawberries you have to fill, which is completely crazy, right? And he's just being an overall douchebag. And they were even charging us they was taking us once a week to the shops in the nearby town, village or whatever, and they were even charging us for that, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So the word got out. I heard one day that every season they do this inspection. So in the UK, they had like this agricultural regulation firm, company, whatever the fuck. So they literally have inspectors that go to the agency and they inspect everything. They inspect how much they pay people, where they live, do they, like how they treat them, and then they actually go to the field while people are working and they ask them, like, oh, how are you doing, guys? Is everything okay? Are you being mistreated? Are you happy? And it was like an unspoken rule that you're not supposed to blabber, you know what I'm saying? Even if he's mistreating you, you need to keep your mouth shut, because otherwise, they're gonna fire you, you're gonna get in trouble and all that stuff. And at that point, I'm 3 weeks in, and like I said in the previous, we used to have this list with a line. If you're below the line, you're slacking off and you can get fired because you're not, doing your quota. And if you're above the line, you're safe. And at that point, I kind of got the technique of picking the strawberries, so I had no issues, like I was slightly over the line every time, right? So my job was kind of secure. And the thing about me is, I don't know, bro, I've always been like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm a small guy with a big mouth. I talk too much and I'm fucking too opinionated now, and especially when I was younger, very hard-headed. I was like a mule, you know what I'm saying? I always go my way, and I always say, like, if something inside, I just have to tell it. I cannot keep it inside, keep bothering me, And I was thinking, like, this guy, I don't like the way he treats me or treats my colleagues. And at that time, by the way, I was about 3 weeks in, right? And everybody hated me, like the Bulgarian guys, most of them, besides one of my mates, they all fucking hated me, because I'm not easy to be around. Let's just be fucking honest. And I always hang out with other people because I wanted to, with the Czech people and the Romanians, because I wanted to work on my English, you know what I'm saying? So, and the Bulgarians, they kind of got offended or something. It's like, oh wow, you think that you're better than us? Well, you don't want to speak with us in Bulgarian? Go fuck yourself then, little man, And this is what I did, you know what I'm saying? So people hated me already. And I think I said to somebody, like, what, when this guy comes, I'm gonna tell him. I'm just gonna be honest with him. That's it, And people were just like, oh yeah, you should. But the funny thing is, fucking hell, man. All the people that hated me, they were like, because they were complaining as well that the guy mistreats them. So they were like, oh yeah, you should, like, you should tell what is happening in this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I knew they're not gonna have my back. And, I was thinking, like, oh, look at you, like, oh yeah, you hate me, but when you need me something, to speak to him, or when you need me for something, all of a sudden you all love me, you know what I'm saying? That's like old school snake behavior, you know what I'm saying? And, but I was like, I'm just gonna do it because that's the right thing, and, I wanna do it for me, I wanna do it for my Bulgarian mate, and from the Czech Republic guys, even though they didn't care, they didn't give a fuck, bro. They all came from money, I found out later, they didn't give a fuck. Anyway, so we're there, and I remember one day, so we had this thing where you pick all the strawberries, right? But then he gave you little extra jobs, and you get paid by the hour or something like that. And one day we had these massive, so there's like these bags of soil, like strawberry soil or whatever, and they're very heavy. They're like 20 kilos or something. And I remember, like in the old school movies, how they have the prisoners line, like they're in a line next to each other, and they're literally passing the bag one guy to another, and it has to go all the way to a tractor or whatever the hell, I don't know. So we're literally doing that. We're like 50 people in a row, and we're just passing these bags for hours, bro. I'm just there passing bags, Jesus Christ. And I was thinking, like, to be honest with you, that was way better than picking strawberries, because you're just in a line and you just literally do this. The bag is in your hands for like 2 seconds, and you get to talk to people, and it's way better. You don't have a quota on everything, so you don't have to hurry like crazy, And but I don't know, what was it? Maybe he was paying us less for this, or maybe he wasn't paying us for this work. I have no idea. Anyway, so I see the guy, and they were like 3 people, I think, 2 guys and 1 girl. They had like the suits, and they had the clipboards and all that shit, And they're walking around. They're spending the whole day with the farmer, because he needs to show them everything and check if everything's okay, right? And they come to us, and I see them approaching, and I don't know how. Is it maybe luck or something? Because we're inside one of the big strawberry, tents with the nylons or whatever. So most of the people were like at the other end, and I don't know how, but this guy came over, and I was literally maybe 2 people away from him. So he was literally on 4 meters, 5 meters away from me, and I was thinking, like, what type of luck is that? Because if I was at the end, nobody. He literally came there for 2 minutes. Nobody. I cannot talk to him. I cannot yell or anything, right? And then he was like. And I did this in front of the farmer, bro. This is how fucking crazy I used to be, I didn't no long-term, thinking. I was just like, fuck it, bro. So he just comes over, he's like, hey, how you doing, guys? My name is so and so, Graham something, I don't know, probably, or Oliver or some shit like that. And he was like, how is everything doing? Are you enjoying your work and blah blah blah? And I just said to him, what did I say? Uh, if you think that if you think that under getting underpaid and shouting every day like an animal or something like that, I said something like that. If you think that that's happy or like we feeling well, then yeah, we feel great. And literally, I remember this guy as he was like writing stuff down. He was like, "Well, sorry," because he didn't even. I was like, yeah, you heard me. And I just said to him, I just spilled the beans in front of the farmer, bro. Okay, this fucking guy who he hated me from the beginning. I don't know why, but he just hated me. I don't know. And maybe he was so short. He was shorter than me, bro. He's 5'1". I'm not exaggerating. Maybe that's why he was thinking like, man, fucking hell, everybody's taller than me, even this fucking guy, right? And I spoke English as well, pretty well. I mean, compared to other people. So maybe that's why he was like, this guy's gonna, search for his rights and shit. I don't want that, And he was like, excuse me. And I said to him, yeah, I mean, like we have the criteria, we have a list where, and he hide the list because he's not supposed to do a list like that. And he was like, yeah, we have a list, and if you don't perform, they kick you out, and, they overcharge us for everything. And he's constantly yelling at us, like, he was such a mean guy. And that guy was like, what? And at the same time, I'm still doing the bags, by the way. Like, we're working. I'm not going to the side. No, I'm just working. I'm just doing bags. As I'm working, right? I'm fucking sweating and shit. Just fucking pulling back, flipping bags from one person to another. And I was like, yeah. And the farmer literally just was staring me down like a hawk. He was probably thinking like, oh my God, I'll fucking kill you. And we had that little chat, and he was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. And then they said, okay, we'll look into it. And I think they penalized the farmer, and he was so fucking pissed off. So fucking pissed off. The next day, when he didn't even spoke to me, like, he just gave me like a look. I'll be like, oh my God, I'll fucking kill you. And to be honest with you, I was thinking like, man, what the fuck am I doing? Because my plan is go there, work for 2 months, make a bit of money, maybe 3 months, and then my cousin was in Liverpool studying, so I was like, I'll just go to her and try to find a job. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go back to those farms. I'm just there to cover my debt, make a few money, get my documents through that agency, and get a feel of the place and stay. That's it. I'm not coming back. I don't want to have a career in farming or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So I was just like, fucking hell, man. I'm out here, like running my mouth like crazy. Probably they're gonna fire me. Anyway, but they said to me, because I think the inspector said to the guy, like, if you fire him because of he exposing what's happening here, we gonna we gonna fine you. I don't know if they're gonna sue him, but they're gonna make it very difficult for him. They gave him like a little fine, and they told him to improve the stuff. And he said, but because he exposed you, if you fire him because of that, you'll be in big trouble. And I think I kind of heard it from somewhere. I don't know how, but the word came out, and they said the only way you can fire him if he doesn't do the job correctly, like, no problem. But at that point, like I told you, I already got the gist of it, so he couldn't fire me. Oh, bro. So we stayed there until the end. Fuck yeah, dude. We stayed there for 2 months and a half. And to be honest with you, after that, he didn't, I think things kind of improved. He became way better to us, and he told to the managers to be a bit better, and he wasn't like screaming. I think he kind of got scared because of this guy. He's like, oh my God, they're gonna find me, or they're gonna fucking go to the media or expose me or something. The media, they love stories like that. And so I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And the people then, the people who hated me, the Bulgarian group, they were just like, oh my God, yeah, Mike, you're so awesome, well done. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, thinking, cheers, whatever. But I was thinking like, I know, like, tomorrow you're gonna talk shit about me again, and you're gonna give me mean looks and shit, like, used to that type of shit. But what can you do, man? Plus, we were all young. We were fucking teenagers, bro. We have no fucking idea what we're doing. I was so stupid when I was a teenager. Oh my God. Not that I'm smarter now, or at least I'm not so impulsive, Oh my God. So yeah, so that happened, and he fucked it up, and he didn't like me, But I think because then we got transferred, which I'll probably talk about it in the next episode, and because he chose, I think, the farm. My God, he transferred us to such a fucking difficult farm, I think on purpose, just to be like, you know what, you're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. And he transferred us in a oh my God, in a farm that was like in the center south part of England, so fucking far away, you know. He didn't want to have anything to do with us. He was like, you know what, fuck these guys. Oh, it's so funny. And anyway, so this is the story of how I exposed him. Now, there is two other stories I want to talk about. So, I'm not sure if it was before that or after that, but anyway, so at the beginning, because it was the first time I just left my country, and I was kind of feeling anxious at times, and also I needed to sort out, because the plan was, while I'm going to be there, my parents, like, they'll kind of keep contact with my cousin and just see what's the opportunities, and you know what I'm saying, like, so I can make my transition. And I'm just calling my parents as well. Plus, the thing is, like I said, there is like nothing what to do in that farm after 12 or 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long you can sunbathe if there is any sun out, or how many times you can go to that village. There's nothing happening there. So just like, whatever. And I'm just talking to my mom or to my dad, just to my family, because, I didn't, I wasn't calling my mates. I don't know why. It's just my family. So there was this Bulgarian couple who came by 2 weeks after we were there. My group were there, okay? And I'll never forget this. So there was like this guy. Oh God, I fucking remember his face. I don't even want to describe him. Not a very appealing person. I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about personality. Very like. Anyway, so, and his girlfriend was actually quite cute and good looking. I was like, how the fuck this guy got this girl? Doesn't matter. So they had their own caravan, few caravans down, and I remember every morning we do this like roundabout or whatever, where we all we get together like 8 o'clock in the morning, ready to work. The farmer comes over, and then we kind of talk, and he gives out the shit, and then we go, right? So we're just standing there. And I don't know what the fuck did I say, because I saw they were new, and I'm like, hello, because we saw that they're Bulgarian. We started talking for a little bit, but I made a joke, right? And it was a joke that it was one of those jokes. I love doing this to my girlfriend and to my mates. I say something very serious that is obviously a lie, but I say it in a way that people are convinced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was a kid, I used to do that all the time. When I used to go to the village, my grandparents' village, and I was very, very young, probably 4th grade, right? This is in 2003 or whatever. And the little village kids, when they ask me where I'm from, and listen, these are kids who never left the village. And this village is deep in the mountains, Maybe they there's like one bigger town. It's not even a city, it's town nearby, but that's it. And I said Plovdiv, and they know it's the second biggest city and all that stuff. Like, oh my God. And I said, and I used to lie to them. I was like, we have skyscrapers, in Plovdiv, which is a complete lie, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, really? And I'm like, super serious, like, yeah, we have skyscrapers. And I used to watch a lot of American movies and stuff, so I'm literally describing Chicago, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we have skies. My family, we live on the 72nd floor. They were like, really? Oh my God. And I was like, yeah, the big block of flats, 100, level stores. That was like, oh. And I used to gather them all around and just make up shit. I used to tell them the most preposterous shit you can think of, right? How much is that? Like, we're 11, 12, not even 10 years old or something, And I just lie like a motherfucker to these little kids, and they believe everything, bro. I used to tell them all type of shit, And I used to tell them, like, whatever, my parents are rich, or my dad is a banker, or my uncle owns a football club, or whatever the fuck you can think of. It literally just turning my home city into Chicago, and I was like, yeah, like, my city is so big, you know what I mean? Like, you travel everywhere with car, because, it's kilometers. And I say, like, this village, my town is like a 500 times bigger, and they're like, oh my God. I just lied to these little kids. Oh my God, such a bad kid. And they didn't know, And I was like, I had like this skateboard, and like, but kid skateboard, which is very big, and they have this thing on the back. When you push on it, it's like a brake, it just stops. And I used to lie to them. I was like, yeah, there's only 4 people in my town that own this type of skateboard and all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, So I used to do that all the time. So I said to him, because they asked, and they said, is this the meeting point? Or maybe were we going to the shops? I don't know, because we go every weekend in the evening or something. And I don't know what I said to him, but it was in front of everybody, And I said, no, this is the meeting point for, I don't know, something stupid, we're going somewhere else or whatever. And he kind of bought into it. He was like, oh, really? Oh, damn, are we at the wrong place? And I was like, yeah, dude, this is for so and so. And I kind of hooked him in, you know, and oh, okay, sorry, we need to go. And he kind of made a few moves, and everybody exploded laughing, you know, because it was kind of like, okay, yeah, we got you, you know, like I got you. And he got so embarrassed. So embarrassed. But he's one of those people who, like me, bro, I embarrass myself on a daily basis, dude, all the fucking time, you know? And especially with age, I'm just like, plus now I'm a comedian, so nothing can embarrass me, but I'm just like, hey, what can you do? I'm stupid, bro, or whatever. Like, I know how to take a joke, and I don't take myself seriously, you know? Even back then, I was just like stupid little teenager, you know, just making jokes and cackling all the time. But he was a guy that he took himself seriously, you know? So he was like, he got very, very mad, very mad. He didn't say anything, but he just like stared me down, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And he was a big guy, by the way. He was like bigger than me. He was like, he wasn't like ripped, but he was like thick, you know what I'm saying? Like chunky or whatever, you know? He would probably easily beat my ass, you know? And I'm not a fighter, bro. I'm a lover. Fuck yeah, bro. Bow, chicky, bow, wow. And anyway, the next day, this fucking guy, he just, every time he passes my caravan, you know, to go to his, he started giving me these mean looks. And I knew, I was like, oh, what the fuck did I do? Because, you know what I'm saying? Because with my group, you know, one of the caravan, the Bulgarian guys, the other 5 guys, they kind of like, they didn't like me. But my group was okay. My group, like, one of the guys at the end turned on me. But, you know, overall, it was quite nice. And, you know, we all busted each other's balls and we talked shit and stuff. But this guy was like, oh, is he one of those? Oh, I fucking hate people like that who just take everything so seriously and like my ego and my, you know, reputation. Get the fuck out of here, guy. Just relax. We're just talking shit, you know? And I was like, oh, what did I do? Oh, fucking hell, this is gonna be bad. Anyway, so a few days later, I'm just talking to my on the phone, and I was like, oh, how you doing, mom? And I'm literally, you know, because this, like, oh, how you doing, mom? You okay? Blah, blah, blah. What's happening in Bulgaria or whatever. And I remember he heard it, that I just speaking to my mom. And then he started making fun of me. You're like, oh, mama's boy, you want your mama. And I was thinking, like, what? You know, like, what the fuck I'm talking to my family, bro. Yeah, I fucking, guess what, dude? I fucking love my family. You know what I mean? Like, spoiler alert. I fucking love my parents and I love my family. They're amazing, dude. My dad is the greatest guy I ever know. You know what I'm saying? I don't. How fucked up you have to be to think that somebody speaking to his family, that's like a weakness or something. Yeah, bro, I love my family. What can I do, you know? And he started taunting me that I was speaking with my family, you know, every day or whatever. Yeah, why not? I mean, you know, fuck it, I have nothing to do. I'll speak with them. They make me laugh, you know. Plus, they want to know how I'm doing. So some of the times they're calling me because they were very nervous and scared. You know, I've never been out of the country, you know. And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm just chilling. And he starts to every time he sees me, he like some nicknames, taunting me all the time in front of everybody. And I was like, I'm a chilled out dude, you know. I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, I just laughed it off. I was like, okay, whatever. But he doesn't stop, and this is for days and days and days. And I was like, fucking hell, man. Like, I need to do something because this guy will never fucking stop. You know what I'm saying? This is a psycho. This is a crazy person. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with over here. Anyway, so one day I'm just chilling. I remember it was like very warm, so I'm literally in shorts and flip-flops and like a white shirt, or maybe I wasn't even with a shirt. Oh, I was shirtless, yeah. So it can be even more gangster. And I'm on the porch, literally sunbathing. And he just passes by, and he starts taunting me again. Hey, mama boy, call your mama to put some sunscreen on you. It's shit like that. And at that time, by the way, I'm 21, right? So I'm still impulsive and a bit aggressive. I have the shaved head. I'm not the tamed, funny, chilled out version that I am now. You know, I'm just being honest. I was a crazy guy, especially when I was a teenager, you know? Fucking gangster, bro. I wasn't gangster, but I was crazy. You know, very crazy. Now my craziness is aimed towards positivity and comedy. But back then, that wasn't the case, you know? And I come from a rough, sketchy neighborhood, so, you know, like, the whole ego thing was still kind of there, even though, you know, I was saying that that's nonsense. But yeah, when you're a teenager, especially a boy, you don't know better. Anyway, so I'm just standing, and he's just blah, 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 and I was just like, oh, motherfucker. And I just stood up, and the thing is, like, when I lose my shit, it's so bizarre. When you're a small guy, you know, when you're like level-headed, you know that 95% of the population can kick your ass, including some women. You know what I'm saying? If you're a guy. But once, especially for me, once like that switches on, you completely forget that. And sometimes you see videos online when you see like this tiny guy being like, "What's up, motherfucker?" in the face of a guy that is like 6'8", and he's massive, and the guy's 5'2" with flip flops, And you're thinking probably if you're like a average height normal person, you'll be thinking like, "But what is going through that head of that small guy?" Well, tell you what's going. That's the switch. That's when the bull sees red. You know what I'm saying? Same stuff. Because when that switch, just something clicks and all of that goes. You forget that you're tiny, you have no idea how to fight, and you don't run that fast anymore, and you want flip flops. You know what I'm saying? That all goes away. You see yourself as Hercules, and you can defeat everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the same way. Back in the day, I don't get into stuff like that anymore. Can't be bothered. I just walk away. But yeah, and the switch just click. And I stood up and I was like, because he kind of like, and then he kind of turned around, and as he was walking, he was talking, which is very disrespectful. Somebody's walking away from you and giving you his back and still talking shit. "Oh, you motherfucker." That's crazy. So I just stood up and I was like, "Hey," and I think I called him like pig or something like that, like, "You fucking pig, come over here." Oh, I told this story to my girlfriend. She got very turned on, that little psycho of mine. She likes fucking violence, and she's just crazy. She's like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, you were a bad boy." And I was like, "Yeah, baby, I was a bad boy." You have no idea how bad I can be. Anyway, so I was just like, "Come over here, you motherfucker." I'm screaming at him, and he kind of turned around, and I just stood there, next to my caravan, kind of in the middle. There's like this middle ground, and people started, because I'm screaming, I'm like shouting, and people, because there's caravans everywhere, and all of the caravans had like this little porch area, and they had the stairs as well. They're like 2 entrances, and I see everybody just hops onto the porch because they want to see what's happening, and everybody, and all of a sudden, before I know it, everybody's on the porch. You're like surrounded kind of with people, and everybody's watching. Everybody's having a drink or something, and they're just watching the show because I'm screaming at him. And I was like, "Come over here, I'll fucking kill you." Talking mad shit, right? And I'm not moving. So, "Come over here." And he came over, right? Slowly but surely came over, and he always had like that grin on his face, like very green. Oh, the thing is, bro, I saw him in London, dude. When I moved to London, I saw him in the subway, and I was 100% sure that was him. Oh my fucking god! I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" Or I jumped him in the subway, and I was it was wild, bro. I saw him. I was like, "Oh my god!" And the thing is, in the second farm, there was a guy, and I'm not exaggerating, who was an absolute look-alike. But he was the complete opposite. We became super good friends with him, and he was such a sweet guy. But when I first went to that farm and I saw that guy, and I was like, "Oh my god, is that him? Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?" And then he was like, "Hey, how you doing? My name is, something completely different." And he was such a sweet guy, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god, I'm gonna take that story with me to the grave. I don't give a fuck. It's been 10 years ago. I hold grudges, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. You know how fun it is to hold a grudge? Don't listen to people who say, "No, don't hold grudges." Fuck that, bro. Hold grudges. It's fun. And nah, no fairness, to be honest with you, if I ever see that guy in Liverpool or something, I'll just talk to him, and I'll be like, "Bro, let's just go and have a drink, and we'll just have fun, and we'll just talk shit." Because I was 19, he was probably 22, 23. No, I was 21, he was 24, I think, or something. We are both young and stupid. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, When you get a bit older, you're like, "Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking?" If I see him now, I'll probably just have a little laugh with him, talk about that, and talk about the farm, reminiscing, "Hey, remember that time we almost got into a fight and got evicted from the farm?" Good times, So I was like, "Come over here, motherfucker." So he comes over, and I was shirtless, bro, which is even better, I have shorts and flip-flops. And I was like, and I was just talking, like, I got so close to his face, and I was like, "Listen, motherfucker, if you don't stop talking shit to me, I don't know what I'll do to you, okay? I'm small, but I'll fucking kill you. I'm crazy," I started screaming at him, "I'm fucking crazy." And he was just standing there. He didn't say anything. And I'm just like clenching my fists. And at that point, because I know that they're going to evict us, and probably I won't be able to return to the UK with the farm. And I'm sure that the agency, because they have the British guy, the farmer, he's gonna fill out a form, so they probably wouldn't even let me in the country or whatever. I'll completely destroy my chances. But I was so fucking angry at that guy, and I knew, and I was thinking, like, should I hit him now and just, just hit him, just see what happens, And I was just like, fucking hell. And I was like, and then I kind of, did I said something, or I think I kind of flinched, like, oh, motherfucker, like this. And he kind of flinched a little bit, like that. And I was like, oh. And I remember I pointed my finger into his face, and I was like, I got you. You flinched, you little bitch, you motherfucker. And he kind of, it was like, fuck, he got me, because when somebody flinches, if you do this and they flinch, they're scared, like, you scared, you motherfucker. I can smell the fear in your, the fear on you. I can see the pussy in your eyes. Shit, bro, I used to listen to so much rap music and watch like rap battles. I'm just remembering lines from rap lyrics from the 90s, and I'm just laying it down on this motherfucker. By the way, again, this guy will probably destroy me in a fight. I'm just putting it out there, but I was crazy, bro. I don't give a fuck, right? So I'm just like, hey, flinch, motherfucker. And then he kind of like, and I was just standing there, and he kind of like, I don't know, he just kind of left or something. And everybody was literally looking at this. It felt like the prison, when you're like new in prison and you have to take on the biggest guy, so everybody has respect for you. And then he kind of left, and I was like, yeah, you better run, or some shit like that. And the next few days, every time I see him, I'm just like giving him this look like, yeah, what's up, bitch, This is a true story, by the way. I'm not saying it in a way to make myself look, like, oh, I'm so heroic. No, again, he'll probably kick my ass. And then they tried, by the way, on the last day when I was leaving, they tried to corner me in the train station and beat the fuck out of me, but they kind of missed me with a few minutes, and then I was told that happened, which I'll tell you in the next episode, and I'll tell you about the girl who cheated on the guy, because I need to go now. And anyway, so that was about it. And then he left the next few days, and then he stopped. He completely, it's like I didn't exist, which this is what I want. Don't, like, bro, I'm not like, I don't, yeah, sometimes maybe I'll make a few jokes or we can banter, but that's it. I don't go and cause trouble or get into people's faces, like, unless I'm provoked like that. But it's just like, you leave me alone, I leave you alone. This is how I live my life towards everybody. I want no trouble, and you don't want no trouble, so let's just, not that I can give you any trouble. I mean, come on, let's be fucking honest. I can make you laugh very hard, and you'll be like, oh my god, hold on, I'm running out of breath over here. You're destroying me with your sense of humor, And that's it. And then he left me alone, and I think the Bulgarian guys, even though they were brewing the attack, I didn't know, they wanted to attack me like they attacked Caesar. You know what I'm saying? All these people, they wanted to stab me in the back. I didn't know, but they were kind of like, okay, they kind of left me alone as well. So I was just chilling with the three Romanian guys, with the Czech Republic guys, and my Bulgarian mate, and that was kind of like my group, and everybody else hated me, but that's okay, because if you're hated, you're standing for something in life. Okay, next episode I'll tell you that stuff. I'll see you next week for part, I don't even know if is this 6, the next one is 7, I'm not even sure. Okay, thanks so much for enjoying the podcast and listening, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.